What's up, everybody? I'm Aaron, and this is Talking Points. So what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Talking Points. As you saw, as you can see, this is my first week back in the Top Cave after last week. Last week, as you know, me and Josh did our 24-hour live stream for extralife.org. I'll be touching base on that later on to let you know how it went for us and all that if you didn't get a chance to see. I'll also be showing off some new set items. I'm also going to go over a little bit of big gaming news that's come out in the past couple of weeks. And discussing this week's Mobile Game Madness Game of the Week, which, stay tuned, it's going to be pretty interesting. Also, I'll be reading your answers from last week's Talking Points. And, well, not last week's Talking Points, but the week before. Yeah, I see Game Day kind of threw a big monkey wrench and everything, so trying to get back into the swing of things. And I'll also delve into a new talking point for this week. So, with all that being said, let's get to talking. So as you saw, last week we didn't have a talking points, and that was due to me and Josh both trying to recuperate from our 24-hour live stream, which we did for extralife.org for their game day event. You know, we had a blast doing that, trying to raise money for MUSC's Children's Hospital. I mean, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, it was my first live stream. I really need to brush up on my gaming skills, though. A lot of things I just did not complete what I wanted to complete, but, you know, then again, I was rushing and trying to get things done, and for one, I was playing a lot of games that I really haven't played in such a long time. You know, we fell short of our 24-hour goal in the long run. Both of us just started having exhaustion sickness, so we, you know, we had to cut it short, but we still had a blast doing it. As you can see from last week, most of our footage is being edited and posted for your entertainment. So if you missed our game day live stream or missed a certain game that you wanted to watch us play, it'll be up there on the channel. They're going to be pretty long videos, but we're not, because it wouldn't be right to split them up. And I also want to thank everybody that tuned in and donated to help us out. You know, thank you for helping us help the children. With that being said, now we'll move on to the fact that most of those games we played will be played later on in official Let's Play videos. And speaking of that, we're also revamping the way we play, the way we record, and the way we do things. So from now on, most of our videos will be a week-long playthrough of a certain game. Of course, me and Josh might still have our Let's Plays in there. And you know, we're getting away from Minecraft. It's not fun for us anymore. So, with that being said, our first official game we will be playing, drum roll please, is Star Fox 64. So now that you know what we're going to play, stay tuned. It should be fun. So now let's move on into the gaming news of the the gaming news segment of our show. Last week, it was announced through multiple gaming outlets and multiple gaming news outlets, I should say, that the popular Nintendo fighter Smash Brothers will be getting a new character in the mix, which will be none other than Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. Of course, Cloud being the spiky-headed, big bastard sword-wielding, hero of Final Fantasy VII. But coming with that announcement was also a special edition Cloud amiibo that will be coming out just so you can put him into the game. Needless to say, this fanboy right here is probably destined to get a Wii U in the near future. With that, I'll be playing that just for the fact I'll be getting Cloud. Now, if only they'll put Solid Snake back into it, yeah, I'm there all the way. Also in gaming news, Star Wars Battlefront will be released tomorrow, Tuesday, November 17th. As you may recall, this game has been the well-awaited sequel to the series, to a series that, by far, most Star Wars fans played and finally have been waiting for. So I mean, now that this game's coming out, I'm definitely getting it. So, you know, if you got a PlayStation 4, you know, hey, let me know your handle, and I'll definitely add you on there. So now that all that's out of the way, I want to show off a few new set items I've got here. I recently had a little bit of extra spending cash to go around, so I decided I'd get a few new set items. First thing I got was this wonderful Predator style mask. One of my favorite things about it is it has laser pointer, light, light, light. So that's white, red, and blue light. You know, that laser pointer, you know, I don't know if you can see it too well there. I don't want to blind anybody, so, you know, so I think that's pretty cool. The next thing we got here is the black and white Daryl Dixon Walking Dead action figure, our Funko Pop. That'll be going up over on this side over here with some more of my Funko Pops, or either on, I might actually put it on this side over here along with the Halo stuff. You know, if you can't see it, there's a bunch of Halo, you know, what was it? Mega Block? Yeah, Mega Blocks. And then the other one is the Jon Snow Castle Black edition of the Game of Thrones Funko Pops. I finally was able to get a hold of this one. There's about 3 other characters you can get from edition 4. So yeah, that looks like it'll be fun. So with that being said, this will probably go on the set every now and then, the helmet. But to be honest with you, I'm thinking of getting into doing some major cosplaying, and I think the Predator will be one of the things I end up cosplaying as. Of course, you can see it's not going to sit the way I want it to, so we'll just set it up like that. I mean, this thing is pretty comfortable. You know, if you can see. I mean, come on. Don't I look like I want a bounty hunt? So anyway, that's the new set items. Now we're going to move on to this week's Mobile Game Madness. Which this week's Mobile Game Madness game of the week is Paradise Bay by King. Of course, you know, if you've ever seen anything by King, it's usually Candy Crush Soda Saga, Diamond Digger Saga. Everything's a saga, basically. Paradise Bay is one of those games that breaks away from King's normal. And it's actually kind of like Farmville, Cityville, or other games that were very popular on Facebook during the, like, about 2 or 3 years ago. We'll go ahead and say that. Basically, on the game, you know, you build your island. You're basically building an island village through collecting items, farming, and using all the items that you farm and collect to complete quests for all the characters. The game does have its fun moments with this, but at the same time, it still becomes tedious work, and then unless you have real money to upgrade storage items, you know, your storage buildings for your collectible items, your farmed items, everything else, it really becomes just hard to play. I mean, literally, I spent a good portion of my time trying to build up my stores, and only to realize I can't store anything else. So these items I need for quests become harder and harder to obtain unless I'm willing to shell out, you know, real money just to continue on. I mean, you know, of course they give you these diamonds to help you advance, but when you need the tools to remove rocks, bushes, and trees, or, you know, you need that part for storage, it becomes super hard. So then you have to go out and quest for these characters, and they might give you the item that you need sometimes, but most of the time you're just getting junk. So with that being said, it's a fun game. I mean, I'm addicted to it. I'm having a decent time playing it, but it gets frustrating. It gets really frustrating when all you have to rely on is this simple point click, try to collect this, and, you know, maybe shell out some money if you have it. But I mean, I can't stand games that won't, you know, really make you want to shell out money like that, or make you feel like you have to. So with that being said, it gets a 3 out of 5. You can find this game if you want to play it on the Google Play Store or in the Apple App Store. So if you want to check it out, check it out. It's fun, but it's you know, it's one of those games where it's freemium almost. So now let's move on to the part of the show where you, the viewers, get to interact with me, the host. No, there's no virtual tomato tossing just yet. Sorry. We don't have that yet. We're not that fancy. So 2 weeks ago, I asked you on our talking points, which RPG character class is your favorite? For our fancers, Sarah was the first one to answer with Geralt. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah. No, Geralt. Geralt. Sorry. Never played the game. I really should. Emily writes, personally, I'm going with the assassin or sorcerer type classes. They always feel like there's more to offer as far as abilities and or special objects you can obtain and use. Noah writes, I typically go either with either a warrior or rogue. I'm not good with magic. I love bashing in heads with hammers, cutting off heads with swords, great swords, and axes, slitting throats, and putting arrows in the necks and faces of enemies. Noah, you're getting a little dark here, man. You might want to lay off the RPGs for a little while, though. I'll even put the occasional arrow in the knee, but only in Skyrim. Well played, Noah. Well played to put an arrow in the knee joke in your post. Taylor writes, the Siren. Of course, Taylor's talking about the Siren from the Borderlands series. At least I hope she is, because I mean, an RPG where you just sit on a rock and strum a harp and lure sailors to their death. That'd actually be pretty cool. Jen writes, the thief, rogue, archer, or the thief, rogue, or archer. Strictly because I like to use distance attacks and stealth attacks versus the up-close attacks. If that's not available or if I'm in a different mood, the sorcerer, mage, witch, wizard class. Yeah, she really thought this one through, so I mean, she gave us every detail. And that's just because of their elemental attacks or support magic abilities. Alex writes, the black mage. For our team answers, mine of course was the barbarian or the warrior class characters, just because, you know, I like that up close and personal feel. And the fact that I usually design mine to look almost like me, but with Arnold Schwarzenegger body. Yeah, I have a fantasy there of being that cool. Josh writes the thief or rogue class because I like up close and fast combat. But if that class isn't available, then I go with the black mage because elemental magic is badass. So that kind of concludes this week's the last time we had a talking points. You know, thank you for all your answers. But this week's talking point, I have a question for you, and I want you to answer it the best you can. Is what is your favorite video game form of transportation? For me, it was the Chocobo or the airships of Final Fantasy VII, or Final Fantasy, not 7. Almost all of them have an airship. My personal favorite airship was the Ragnarok from Final Fantasy VIII, just because it was a spaceship, and that game was more future-driven than past-driven. But if you have any answers for this, you can either answer in the comments below, or either check out our Facebook and Twitter pages where they'll be posted. Well, Josh posts it almost daily on our Twitter page, and I usually post it once on the Facebook page. So that way I can keep up with the answers a little better, because I'm lazy like that, yeah. So anyway, if you want to answer in those ways. Other than that, this will conclude today's episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You can also check us out on Facebook and Twitter. And that's about it. So thanks for tuning in, and remember, keep talking.